Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, witnesses, for your appearance today. Last summer, Kash Patel took a taxpayer-funded snorkel tour of Pearl Harbor, one of our nation's most hallowed grounds, while the cost of living for Americans skyrocketed. The Trump administration just created a taxpayer-funded $1.8 billion relief fund for January 6th insurrectionists and others in exchange for dropping a $10 billion lawsuit, a personal lawsuit that he filed against the IRS, which he controls. And he's doing this while millions of Americans are losing their health insurance. President Trump is blocking clean energy projects for his fossil fuel campaign donors, while the rest of us pay and pay and pay at the pump more and more every day. What do these facts have to do with this hearing? On its face, the daily demonstrations of incompetence and corruption of the Trump administration have little to do with the Supreme Court. But if you look closer, these stories mirror the far right and how far the far right has created a corrupt United States Supreme Court that too often works for the corporations, the billionaires and the oligarchs at the expense of the American people. For decades, MAGA Republicans have systematically chipped away at the impartiality of our third branch. They have already delegitimized our judiciary, yet they now stand before the American people pretending to be guardians of judicial integrity. Today's blatant attempt to rewrite history would be laughable if the consequences were not so dangerous for our democracy. But history matters. The American people deserve to understand how we got to this moment. And to understand how we got here, we must follow both the money and the machinery behind the modern conservative legal movement. The Roberts Court is the culmination of a plot that began 50 years ago. In the early 70s, soon-to-be Justice Powell wrote, quote, "The judiciary may be the most important instrument for social, economic, and political change," end quote. And he said that to reassert corporate power over the needs of the individual. This Powell memo set off a decades-long crusade by Republicans to concentrate power in the hands of the few at the expense of the many. Wealthy donors and corporate interests spent billions of dollars to reshape the judiciary in their image. Nowhere is the success of this decades-long effort more visible than at the United States Supreme Court, where a carefully appointed conservative supermajority, a MAGA supermajority, now delivers the MAGA conservative outcomes this movement spent billions of dollars to achieve, and achieve they did. In the last several years, the Roberts Court opened the floodgates to unlimited dark money in our political system, empowering billionaires and oligarchs like Elon Musk, the Koch brothers, Leonard Leo, Harlan Crow, and other powerful special interests to reshape the court and drown out the voices of ordinary Americans. This court has decimated reproductive freedoms that generations of women fought to secure, stripping away rights that millions of Americans relied on for nearly half a century. It has granted Trump vast immunity, placing him virtually above the law. And now, the court has put the nail in the coffin of the Voting Rights Act, dismantling protections that generations of Americans fought, marched, and died for. Abraham Lincoln once said, "This government cannot endure half slave and half free." Yet, that seems to be the vision for America that Chief Justice Roberts and the conservative supermajority on the Supreme Court envision, where some enjoy easy access to the ballot, others are forced to overcome legal barriers designed to make our voices quieter. Our nation is now in Jim Crow 2.0. We are a nation where the right to vote once again can be diluted, restricted, or simply ignored, and where the voices of rich and powerful people carry more weight than the voices of ordinary Americans, but particularly Americans who look like me. Our 250-year experiment in self-governance can only succeed if Americans decide that the clock has run out on the far right's attempt to overturn our democracy. So we can either sit back as our Supreme Court continues to act without any restraint or checks and balances, or we can do something about it. The American people deserve accountability for the damage that has been done. The American people deserve a judiciary that serves our democracy, not a narrow ideological agenda that only benefits the rich and powerful. So I want to thank the witnesses again for being here. I'm looking forward to a discussion about how to ensure that our democracy serves everyone, all of us, not just the wealthy and the well-connected few. And with that, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. We now